you'll remember from the previous lecture, Grandison was chosen as opposed to another enslaved person because of his loyalty and love of being enslaved. And this is what we see here. This is during the time leading up to the Civil War. Southerners who enslaved people made the argument regarding the different benefits of being enslaved, so that they would always have enough to eat. They were given, room and board. They were given special privileges at times. So that's what we see Grandison here, is that he's parroting this argument that it's good to be enslaved. So we see Dick and Grandison go off on their trip up north, and Dick tries to have Grandison run off different attempts, but he's unable to. Grandison indeed proves his loyalty. He doesn't run off, even when Dick takes Grandison over the border into Canada. So if Grandison was to, just walk away from him in Canada, then he'd be freed, and he couldn't, he'd be freed. Couldn't be brought back to the American South. Now, we get to see the true Dick Owens reveal himself on page 12. And this is when, let's get to that page. Right, we see some of the failed attempt. Grandison won't get away, another failed attempt. And then here we see on page 12, the true Dick Owens. He inwardly cursed the stupidity of a slave who could be free and would not, and registered a secret vow that if he were unable to get rid of Grandison without assassinating him, oh my goodness, this is terrible, and were therefore compelled to take him back to Kentucky, he would see Grandison got a taste of an article of enslavement that would make him regret his wasted opportunities. What does that mean? Well, the true Dick Owens, right, is not an abolitionist. He's just doing this to earn the love of charity, right? That's all that he's doing this. So he's so mad at Grandison that when they go back to Kentucky, he will indeed give him a taste of slavery that would make him regret his wasted opportunities. So what does that mean? When they get back to Kentucky, Dick is going to let Grandison have it, right? He's going to abuse him, possibly beat him, whip him, make him regret that he didn't stay in Canada or run away when he had different opportunities in New York City. So we're starting to see the true Dick Owens. Now, we have a key exchange between this couple here. You remember one of the things that realism is looking at is relationships, doing deep dives and character studies. So this is on pages 16 and 17. All right, so here we go. Continue to move through the story, right? So Cherokee says, but I presume I'll have to marry you, if only to take care of you. You are too reckless for anything. And a man who goes chasing all over the North, being entertained by New York and Boston society, and having Negroes to throw away, needs someone to look after him. It's the most remarkable thing that your views correspond exactly with my profoundest convictions. It proves beyond a question that we are made for each other. And indeed, they are made for each other. Why? Cherokee really wasn't concerned about setting one of Colonel Owen's enslaved free, right? She just wanted to have somebody do something for her to take on a quest. So what do we learn about both of these characters? And indeed, they are characters. Both Dick and Charity are made for each other, as both are shallow and lack true self-awareness and self-knowledge about the right. They're going around pretending to be abolitionists and hating enslavement, but that's not true at all. They're benefiting from it, not only economically, but also in terms of growing their relationship, which is there's really no growth here. It's about as shallow as a puddle in a parking lot after a thunderstorm. So we get to learn a lot about Dick and Charity here, who are really just, we have to just call them out. They're just awful people. People you really wouldn't want to be friends with either one. So what happens with Grandison, and how does that tie in with some possible themes that we're looking at here? And then we'll go back to the title of the story as well, and we'll do all of that in the next lecture.